All right, so let's finish our homework questions and then we'll move on. I don't know if I got any today or not. I didn't look and see. I'm looking right quick. Might be one right there. I think that's it. Can somebody tell me where we left off the other day? Was R4? I'm sorry. R311. Okay, then we'll move to R317/17. 17/17. So it's 17 in the book and 17 online. I think we just had started talking about domain and we were simplifying. So now the first thing I'll tell you here is when you're dealing with trinomials are worthless unless you factor them. Always remember that. Whenever you're dealing with a trinomial, they just give you a trinomial and they say solve, they say simplify. First thing you're going to do is you're going to factor it. Okay? Remember I told you, if you can't see, you need to move. Because I'm not going to blow this thing up 5 times and then try to write with it. Okay? So, this says, hope I'm using the right one. Z to the second minus 4z plus 3 over z squared plus 3z minus 18. Now you know neither one of them are shortcuts. Why? Why aren't they shortcuts? That's not rhetorical, I'm asking y'all. Why aren't they shortcuts? I'm sorry, what? All I heard was blah, 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 blah.
Because they're being divided?
No. They could be, you could have a shortcut on top and a shortcut on bottom. Why aren't they one of the 5 shortcuts? There should be 25 people in here saying, because it's not 3 and 18 is not a perfect what? Square. That's one indication. Of course, z squared is, and z squared is, but 3 is not, and 18 is not. And you know your perfect squared because you know your multiplication tables. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 5 is 25. So those are not perfect squares. So you have to rely on the reverse FOIL method, which draw 2 sets of parentheses. Break up the first term starting with z. Break up the last term starting with 1. Can't screw that one up. Why? Because 3 is a prime number. And what kind of number do you need in the middle? A negative. So that means the 3 has to be negative. What does this mean? Like or unlike? Like. So that would be minus. And that's how you do the reverse FOIL. That's the simplest way to do the reverse FOIL. Chances are you've not learned it like that. You've learned it with a bunch of other stuff and it gets you all confused. That's all you got to do. Break up the first term, break up the last term, look at the middle term, the negative 4. So you know it has to be negative, so the 3 has to be negative. It's the biggest number. And then you look at the positive. Positive means like sign. So if negative, if you've got a negative, the other one's got to be negative. Simple as that. Let's do the bottom one. Z, and I'm going to break up, I'm going to do this, kind of knock your memory loose. 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6, 4, nope, 5, 6, loops back around. 1 and 18 will give you a 19 or a 17. 9 and 2 will give you an 11 or a 7. 3 and 6 will give you a 9 or a 3. Which one do we need? You need a 3 in the middle, so 3 and 6. What does that sign mean? Positive, so that means 6 has to be positive. What does this mean, like or unlike? Unlike, so that's negative. I guarantee you somebody's in here going, oh my gosh, that's simple. Why couldn't my algebra teacher have taught me that? They do, the premise is very short and sweet, but what they do is they put all these rules around it, and by the time you get through with all the rules, the whole point of it, you can't see it. And that's it. And what cancels? Okay, this is what I heard. Thank you. Enunciate. Project. Z minus 3. And that's your answer. Your answer is Z minus 1 over Z plus 6. That's your answer. And you feel good about yourself, right? Everybody feels good about themselves? Huh? Yeah, I try. All right. Actually, I thought it was kind of messed up right there. All right. So you gonna do a nerd, or you gonna go on? Okay, nobody's gonna talk to me, so we'll go on. Don't talk. Squeaky door gets OIL.
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Let's talk about English. Since we're in freaking math class. Okay. I'm having to do 3 different things up here, so y'all just bear with me, okay? I got to erase. Since it's transparent, I cannot get another page, so I have to erase. There. All right. R347. R347, number 18 online. Oh yeah, I'd quit. I wouldn't even try it. This is fractions. Nobody wants to do fractions. Hand my calculator. Well, guess what? You can't use your calculator on this one. 2 over 2a, I mean 7 over 2a plus 7 over 3a plus 7 over a. So while you discourage yourself and talk yourself into quitting, I'll wait, give you a minute, and then we'll do the problem. Now, you ever wonder why people can't do algebra? One of the reasons people can't do algebra is they can't do fractions. You ever heard somebody say, oh, I just hate fractions, I hate fractions, I have to do it on a calculator? Well, those are the people that's going to suck in algebra. Because a lot of your problems in algebra are done in a complex rational expression type format, like this. All right? Now, this one does not have an equal sign, does it? So it's an expression, so we're just going to simplify it. We're not going to solve it. If it had an equation, okay, it does. I'm sorry. Yeah, it does. Okay, they tell you to add. Okay, up there, they tell you to add. So you are going to solve it. So 7 over 2a plus 7 over 3a plus a. Common denominator is what?
A.
Wrong.
I mean 6A.
6a. Now this is an explanation. I'm going to explain it to you in this way because some of you may have not done common denominators in a long time. So, how many times will 2a go into 6a? 3 times. This thing is not working. 3 times. 3 times 7 is 21. How many times will 3A go into 6A? 2 times 7 is, and then how many times will A go into 6A? 6 times 7?
42.
Y'all are enunciating. Thank you. You don't 21 plus 14, 21 plus 10 is 31, plus 4 is what? 35. 35 plus 40 is 75, plus 2 is 77. Y'all check me. 77 over 6A. Of course I am. Anyway, that should be your answer. No, you should not have a calculator. If you used a calculator for this, then you really don't need to be in here. Now, don't raise your hand and say, you're talking about me, I use a calculator. Shut up. I mean it, really, shut up. If you used a calculator for this, then chances are I wouldn't advertise it, and you might want to put it away because you don't need it right now. Okay. And you probably can't make change at the cash register either. Here's 6 cents. What's this 6 cents for? You ever seen that dumbass look? What's this 6 cents for? I do it all the time. Because I want to see how many people employ people that can't make change. And let them in charge of the cash register. There's no way. If I owned, no, I wouldn't be in retail, I wouldn't do it. But, I had this discussion with one of my classes yesterday. And one of them says, yeah, why don't they just give you the right money? I said, because you can't count? Anyway, just get offended, I'm sorry. Okay, clear. Yes. And get out of this. Have changed to this. Get out of this. There we go. R351/19. I feel like I'm doing y'all's homework for you. I feel like I'm going one right after the other. R351/19. There you go. Oh yeah, might as well quit. Another fraction. W minus 4 over W plus 6. I'm sorry, I forgot. W. W plus 2 over W minus 4. It's W, it's not W. That's why you don't see me pronounce FOIL or pronounce OIL. Because I'm not perfect and I pronounce it wrong. Right now everybody's saying OIL in their brain. How do you pronounce that wrong? Well, let's hear somebody pronounce it.
W.
Blue pill and a black pill. I was talking about OIL.
Oh, oil.
Oil. Oil.
Oil.
Oil.
Oil.
Oil. I want a quart of oil, please. That's why I do not pronounce it. I pronounce it OIL. And FOIL. There's a story behind it. I'll tell you about it one of these days. And I do it in real life because I forget that I'm out of the classroom and I'll say, yeah, I need to get some OIL, and the people at Advance will look at me like, did he just spell? And they'll get all confused because I go up there all the time buying stuff for the farm. And I say, I gotta get some hydraulic OIL, and they'll all look at me like, especially the new people. They change people like every 6 days up there, so. I guess retail isn't what it used to be, huh? The customer's always wrong. It used to be the customer's always right, but now with all the know-it-alls that the high schools are putting out, it's the customer's always wrong. Some of y'all have no idea what I'm talking about, but
Oh,
anyway.
yeah, I understand.
Yeah, that's scary. If you understand, that's scary. Huh?
I work in retail.
Well,
People are stupid.
huh?
People are stupid.
There you go. Customers always fall. W plus six, I'm sorry, W plus 6 plus W plus 2 over W minus 4. All right, and it's doing the measles thing again, chicken pox. So, what is the common denominator? Okay, I've got to shut one of these off. One of them's messing up. Let's try that. So, if you have, let's go back to 3rd grade. What's the common denominator of these two guys? That's 3 and a 5. What's the common denominator? What'd you do? You just multiply them together, right? That's what you want to do. So W plus 6 times W minus 4. I don't know why this thing's having fits. Plus W plus 6 times W minus 4. Something's up, because I haven't been having this problem today. All right, how many times will W plus 6 go into this? W minus 4 times, Hubert. That's right. And W minus 4 times W minus 4 is what? W minus 4 quantity squared. What's missing here? W plus 4 will go in here how many times? Okay. Let's go back to elementary school. Okay, this is getting on my freaking nerves. Sorry. I haven't had any problems all day. I come in here, this room, and we're writing in chicken pox. Wish they just left the old things in here and, all right, I'm going into bitchy mode, so y'all just haven't had any problems today.
They're trying to declare a state of emergency to the store.
What?
They're trying to,
Yeah, that's what it is.
they just updated and said it's going to come earlier now than die.
Is that what Channel 4 says?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you don't subscribe to Channel 4 on your phone, do you?
This is my mom's phone.
Oh my gosh, it's like every 5 seconds.
Yeah, it updates every 5 seconds.
Anderson line on the said, they just said ice.
Don't worry. If the Weather Channel says that we're going to have some cool weather, Channel 4 will turn it into a tornado ice storm before the end of the day.
Frozen sharks.
Yeah. Sharknado. Okay, y'all just have to bear with me a second.
I don't know if you know this, but your videos on YouTube didn't have the writing on them.
I know. I'm trying to figure that out, and I think I have figured it out. Hold on a second. Okay, that ain't what I wanted. Yeah, I saw that the other day. Okay, I hit done. I hit escape. Let me out of here.
You go to the bottom of it.
I'm trying. Won't let me go there. And I hit done and it didn't do it. God, I wish I'd never got into this thing. Yes, save the whiteboard setting. Get the heck out. There is I'm trying to get to that's not it. I'm looking for the, oh, did I just do that again? Oh my God. I'm trying to get to the calibration because somebody's messed up the calibration. That's why we get the chicken pox. And I don't know how to get out of this now. You're supposed to go into settings, and you're supposed to go into extended. That's probably what I didn't. No, it's extended. Sorry. Like I said, I've had no training on this thing, so move away. I bet I know what the problem is. I bet that's it. Because it might be affecting my projection. All right, now where was I? Okay. Let me just erase that because you can't see it. Now, I'm not writing 15 for a reason. It's still not working. There we go. Now we're cooking with OIL. All right. The reason I'm writing 3 times 5 is because you can't put these together and make it a W squared. So the reason I'm writing these as 2 separate things is so you can actually see the conversion, because some of you haven't done fractions since 6th grade or whatever. How many times will 3 go into this? 5 times 1? 5. 5 will go into this how many times? 3 times 2 is? Now you can go down here. How many times will W plus 6 go into this? W what? W minus 4. W minus 4 times W minus 4 is? There you go. Now you're seeing it. Or now you're talking, one of the two. Maybe you're saying, oh God, he's going to go back and do another example where we don't say nothing. You better. W minus 4 will go in here how many times? W plus 6 plus times W plus 4 is W plus 6 times W plus 2. It was a 10. Evidently, 10 is the better. Okay, now finish the top. Because the bottom is all going to be over W plus 4 times what? W plus 6, W minus 4. The rest of it's going to be a cluster, and we've got to clean it up. So go ahead and work on that. So there is a storm coming, is that what they're saying?
Yeah. But Anderson only guys.
What?
Anderson's only with the hours.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what they say, we're gonna be shut down. If Channel 4 wants to shut everybody down, they're gonna shut everybody down. My phone, I don't know who it's hooked up to. It just says thunderstorm.
Part of the problem is nobody down here is driving the ring with them.
Tell me about it.
So
Listen,
that's why they shut everything down, is because the damn.
well, they don't want, yeah, they don't want everybody to run into everybody. That's true.
Idiots.
That's true. Because you got people that think they can go 70 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone during the rain when it's sleeting. Because they're important.
They don't work.
But if they put smokestacks on their truck, it'll work better. It'll give them more power. So, this right here becomes, using shortcut number 2, W squared minus 8W plus 16. Plus, we don't have to worry about this because that's a positive 1, so it's not a negative 1, so it doesn't mess up everything. And this is FOIL, W squared plus 8W plus 12. Y'all help me out. And then combine like terms. Don't get confused, that's a 1, and that's a 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Good job. Glad you're on top of things. When you're not Negative 8 plus 8 is, I'm sorry, on medication.
That's their secret.
Okay. And the 16 plus the dang old 28 over common denominator, and a lot of times you'll see me put a squiggle. Okay, that means common denominator. I ain't writing that 15 times, I'm sorry. And can you factor anything out? Yes, you can, but is it going to help you? It might. Let's see, 2, that'd be a 14. Can you factor out a 14? No. So I just leave it like this. Okay? Did I say that you would get it wrong if you factored out a 2? Did I say that? No, I did not. So hammies, I don't need you. Oh, well, if I factor out 2, will I get it wrong? Yeah, because you get on my nerves. It's either that question, it's either that answer or 2 times W plus 14 over the squiggle, which is W plus 6, W minus 4. I'm going to do another one, and the only reason I want to do another one is because the projector screwed up on the first one, or the pen was screwing up, so I want to do one more just so you'll have it and there won't be any bumps. Okay? So do that one, and I'll clear this, and that way you'll have 2 in your notebook in case you need it, and on the video it won't be all screwed up. It says W minus 6 over W plus 8 plus W plus 6 over W minus 8. Dang old shortcut number 2 on the bottom. Number 3, sorry. Difference of 2 squares, which doesn't make any difference. Yeah, my phone says, it says today is high of 48, low of 32, and then tomorrow is a thunderstorm with a high of 43 and a low of 30. Nowhere on my report says anything about ice or snow.
That's what's wrong with I or something like that, and they're all the dissecting rings.
Okay, well, we're all going to die. It's going to be Sharknado and a hurricane of ice, and might as well throw in a tidal wave too. I like you. You're going to make an A in the class. What? It's Channel 4. Channel 4 did it. They sent Nigel over there and threw ice on the interstate. That's what they did. Fox is worse than Channel 4?
Yeah.
I didn't think anybody was worse than Channel 4. You mean they're more dramatic than Channel 4?
Very much.
I love it when Carol Goldsmith used to, John, do you think we need to make up little, what is it, little emergency kits? And I'm like, really? Really? We need to make emergency kits for like a half inch of snow. Yeah, Carol, this is what you need in your emergency kit. Some pork and beans, some sardines, and some crackers, and some flashlight batteries.
Don't forget the Channel 4 weather radio.
Oh yeah, don't forget the Channel 4 weather radio that you can get free at Bilo. They still giving those things out. My mama got one, it don't work. So, she threw it away. My mother's one of those people that she tells the forecast by what's it doing outside. It's raining outside, okay? Kind of like that weather forecaster horse with the tail, you know, you put outside. If the tail is wet, it's raining. If the tail is moving, it's windy. That kind of weather forecaster.
I thought it was a rock. Yeah, I thought it was a rock.
Okay, well there's some with the horse's tail, and they put this. Yeah, you learn this stuff, man. You learn so much in my class. You learn idioms. You learn politics. You learn when I'm moody or not. You learn when I get pissed off. You learn all kinds of stuff. It's not like that Buddy's class where you just learn one thing. Yeah, you'll catch me in a moody. I can't be bitchy. There. W minus 6. I'm sorry. W minus 6 over W plus 8 plus W. You know when I first noticed about the W thing? And my students have heard this before. Go away. Go away. You know, one of these days when more than 10 teachers actually start videoing, let me just sign back in, then this will change. But since I'm the only one that does any kind of videoing or anything like that, I can't get anything changed, you know, like a longer. Maybe I should just suck like the rest of the teachers on campus. Maybe that's it. There we go. All right. Now what were we talking about? Oh, the story behind the W. You ever notice when these sophisticated people on TV commercials give you a web address, they don't say www, they say www. Well, I first started noticing that when ESPN started covering the college right up the road here. You know which college that is?
Tri-County.
No. Yeah, the Tri-County football team.
Undefeated since
What? Yeah, undefeated since 1961. All right. What's the team on up there? What'd you say? Clemson. How you spell Clemson? P-S-O-N. There's a P in there. When you dumb rednecks from the South call it, it's Clemson. Say it, Clemson. But if you don't want to be associated with the dumb racist Southerners down here, you call it Clemson. Have you ever listened to ESPN people? They won't call it Clemson. They'll say Clemson. Anybody ever notice that?
They always put a Z in it,
Yeah, they put a Z in it. They do it on purpose because they don't want to be backwoods like us. We put a P in it. They put a Z in it. Now watch the next time you watch ESPN, and they'll go, "Here we are in Clemson, South Carolina." Where in the heck is Clemson, South Carolina? Anyway, I notice things like that. I'm weird. I can't believe y'all have never noticed that before. I did. And then after that, I started noticing the W. WWW.
How do you say mirror?
Huh?
Mirror.
I don't know.
Mirror.
I don't say it. I just spell it. If I know people are gonna chastise me and judge me because of the way I say something, I just spell it. O-I-L, F-O-I-L, C-O-I-L. All right, common denominator is what? W plus A times W minus A. Now I'm gonna put a baby step in here, because I do know that some people are trying to knock the cobwebs loose. And I'm gonna put 2 times. You can just do one denominator if you want to. How many times will this go into this? W minus 8. So it's W minus 8 times what? W minus 6. W minus 6. Did you say W or W? W. How many times will W minus 8? Okay, so you done got me saying it. W minus 8 go into this. 1. W plus 8 times. W plus 8. Okay, one said 1, get out of here, you're a loser. W plus 6. Remember, 1 over 3 plus 5 over 7. What's the common denominator? 21. 3 times 7. And yes, that's 21, you're correct, but I'm writing 3 times 7 for a reason. Y'all should see it this time. This is the second time I showed you. How many times will 3 go into this? That's always the one that's missing. How many times will W plus 8 go into this?
7 times 8.
3, 7. 7 times 1 is 7. How many times will W minus 8 go into this?
W plus 8.
W plus 8. There you go, right there. How many times does 7 go into 3 times 7? 3. 3 times 5 is 16.
Why do you say it like that?
Why did I say what?
I mean, how you, instead of saying W plus 8 times, you're saying W plus 8, how many times?
Because that's what you're doing. You're dividing. See the 3?
Yeah,
How many times does 3 go into 21?
7 times.
There you go.
Oh, okay, I see.
But see, I can't put, see, you can put 3 times 7 together and make a number. You can't do that with 2 binomials. So I've got to, that's the difference between a math teacher, somebody that teaches math, and somebody that knows math. See, I'm trying to get you to make a correlation here. So when you see something that's not together like a 21, you'll say, okay, W plus 8 will go in there, W minus 8 times, W minus 8 times that. You see the, hopefully you see what I'm trying to do. And your answer is going to be, well, let's see, on the left side, okay, writing with a mouse takes extra lot of skill, okay? So if you can do it better than me, instead of making fun of my mouse writing, you come up here and do it, okay? W squared minus what? 48, I don't like 8s. Is it minus 48W? Or, yeah. No, I'm sorry, 14W. Minus, be a plus, is that 48 or 56?
48.
Thank you. You ever have a number that you really suck at? 8 is my number. I cannot stand 8s. Okay? Y'all don't have a number that you don't like? Anybody got a number they don't like?
All of them.
All of them. Okay, well you're just going to suck at life. All right. Failure plus W squared plus 14W plus 48. All that over common denominator. And of course you get 2W squared. And that takes out the W squareds. Negative 14W goes out with a positive 14. No more coughing, please. And 48 plus 48 comes out to be what? 96? No sneezing either. The only thing you do in here is breathe. Rock and Rye help that cough out.
I love it.
Drink about 4 shots of Rock and Rye. Actually, 4 shots of Rock and Rye will take care of just about anything. When we were in Saudi, we drank Listerine. That's something to this day, when I smell Listerine, I get kind of sick. When you're bored, you'll drink anything. And you can get drunk off Listerine, let me tell you. All right, so that's good. So you feel good about yourself. Type in 3 right here, and let's check to see if Hubert knows what he's doing. 3, and check answer, and final check. They did factor it out. Doesn't matter. Why am I not worried about you factoring out the 2? Somebody tell me why. It's the same thing, but one of the purposes of factoring out things is so you can see if you can what?
Did you get that?
No. Once you factor out something, you see if you can what? See if you can cancel or simplify. Factoring out a 2, is that going to simplify anything? Not really, because you can't cancel anything out. Now, what if that was 2w squared plus 16? Well, you couldn't factor out. No, it wouldn't help you, because then you'd get that'd be w plus 4, w minus 4. So either way, I was trying to say if you get to w minus 8 or w plus 8, then yes, factor. One of the reasons you factor is to cancel. And if you can't cancel that last step, then chances are you don't need to factor. Most of the time, a math instructor will not mark that wrong. Okay? I'm not. And if I do, then you just challenge it and I'll give you the points.
Mine does plus 1.
It will? Okay, well, on the test, I will not. It might mark it wrong, but then you come up to me and say, Hubert, fix this problem and I'll fix it. Okay? And we feel good about it, right? So let's move on. I don't know which one that was. Can y'all tell me?
That was 3-1-19 or something.
That was what?
R351.
Okay, thank you. All right, next one. R363. R363/20. Oh yeah, I'd quit on this one. Whoa, where'd it go? There it is. 5 plus 4 over y over 5 minus 4 over y. Now, before I tell you to do anything, the first thing I would do is make everything a fraction. Put a 1 under those 5s and it might make things easier for you. Or you just could throw down your pencil with a loud pop and quit. Meditate. Oma Sha, Oma Sipisi. Out of all the problems we've done today, this one was one that will cause the most headaches for people. They look at it, and they quit. But if you rewrite it and throw a couple of ones under there, five over 1 plus 4 over y over 5 over 1 minus 4 over y. Now you've got 4 denominators. Find the common denominator of those 4 denominators. So what is the common denominator? So I'm going to take my handy dandy red marker and I'm going to multiply by y over 1 over y over 1. I'll put a baby step in there for you too. The baby step is I'm just going to put y over 1, y over 1, y over 1, y over 1. 5 over 1 plus 4 over y over 1 minus 4 over y. Now finish it. What's up top? 5y plus 4 over what?
5y minus 4.
About y squared minus what? Let me take my handy dandy blue marker out. Nothing cancels here, so you get 5 what? 5y. What cancels here?
Y.
You get 4. Y times y is y squared. And y is canceled here. What?
Where you put y squared? Where you put y?
Yeah, let's ring.
You didn't, right?
That's not 5.
Now y over 1, you got down in the front.
Okay, wait a minute. 5 more people talk at one time. So that could really get confused. Alright, let me start over. 5y over 1.
Go down.
I'm getting in there. 5, 4y, that cancels. Y times 5. Where in the heck? Oh, I dropped. Okay, I changed that right there. I just changed the problem, that's all. Let me change it. I'm sorry. So that should be 5y. I just changed it to a y squared. You were right. So that turns out to be 5y over 1, or 5y. So that turns out to be 5y plus 4 over 5y minus 4. So, how's that? Is that better? Is that better? That's your answer. Let's do another one of these, because I would probably say out of all the homework problems we're going to cover, this one's the one that causes y'all the most heartache. So, we'll do a nerd. Go ahead and do that one. It's kind of the same setup. 6 plus 1 over r. 6 plus 1 over r over 6 minus 1 over r. The winter storm is causing my throat to get crazy. That's what it is. Winter storm 2016. You got to have that echoing deep voice, just like Channel 4. Y'all don't have to cut that coughing and sneezing out. I'm gonna freeze this and take the roll. Not that it's time to go or anything, I'm just taking the roll. I don't want y'all to start packing up and everything. Oh, that's rude. Today Thursday already? Man, week has gone by fast. All right, Miss Bowen,
Here.
Brownell,
Here.
Charles, Cooper,
Aye.
Dunlap,
Here.
Gaddis, Gatson, Gross,
Here.
Haney,
Here.
Hunter. No Hunter. Johnson and Johnson. Martin is here. Moore. Nixon.
Here.
Novak is here. Payella is here. Parker.
Here.
Perkins. Rodriguez.
Here.
Cisco is here. Small.
Here.
Smith and Smith.
Here.
Tucker.
Here.
Patakis.
Here.
And Young.
Here.
Alright, got that done, so now I keep on going. Oops, wrong thing. What is it? There it is. Alright, so in this one, first thing I'm gonna do is 6/1. 6/1 plus 1/r over 6/1 minus 1/r. And I'm going to multiply by r over 1. So I'm going to put a little r here. I'm going to do it in blue. I'm going to skip a step. A little r there, r there, r there, r there. That's going to give me 6r plus what? 1 over, don't let me mess this up, 6r minus 1. Real simple. Now they're not always going to be that simple, but maybe we'll skip one on the next one and it'll help you out. That was R3. Oh, so we done did R3. Now we in R4. R4 13/23. Okay, this is a rule that I'm going to write on the board for you, and you need to add it to those exponential rules that I gave you the other day. This is kind of like exponential rule number 6. It's real easy to remember. The square root of x to the first power is equal to x to the 1/2. That's all you have to remember. And then go out here and put exponent over index. Exponent over index. Whenever you want to write a exponent as a radical as an exponent or a exponential as a radical, that rule is what you need to remember. Now, I don't know if it's even doable because I haven't even looked at the problem yet, but it's to the 1/4 power. So, -16 to the 1/4 power. So that means exponent over what? Index. So what power are we taking? We're taking the 4th power of -16 to the what? 1st power. Should be, does not exist. Why? It's a negative. You can't take the even root of a negative. So this is the answer. Put a exclamation on that does not exist. Let's see what they want. I hope -2 is not right. Okay. It can't be -2. That's not correct. This is the right answer. You had the right answer. Whoever did this, you did the right answer. The fourth root cannot be -2. It can be -2i. I mean, 2i, it can be 2i, but that's not correct. Did anybody mind who sent this one? Anybody? You were right. That would be correct. You can't take the fourth root of -16. Try it in your calculator. What do you get?
Using -2.
Huh?
Using -2.
But you can't. Leave. Okay, let's see. What's -2 times -2?
4.
Okay, what's -2 times -2?
4.
What's 4 times 4? Where'd the negative go? Can't do it. So, now, if they put negative, if they did a negative and put parentheses, and then the 4 through 16, you could do that. That's just putting negative out front. That's a tricky question. Would I give you this one on a test? No. I would not. What I would give you on a test is something like this. Now, what's that answer?
-2.
Good. -2. That answer is -2. This is questionable. I'm not going to say it's wrong, it's just questionable the way it's written. If I was going to give you a problem, I would give you a problem like this. Or if I wanted you to, that's what I would do. That's a little bit sketchy. But that's a good question. I'm glad you sent it. Next question. R4 25/24. 25/24. All right. This is a test question. I've given this to. Okay. I said it right the first time. I've given this on the test before on the review. Real simple. Don't make it difficult. As Andy Griffith says, don't mess it up. 6 to the -4 times 6 to the -5. Now, what did I tell y'all the other day when I started y'all on the review and I said these are your exponential laws? What did I say about the exponential laws? That you could do them in any what? Order. There is no correct order. You could turn these two into positive numbers, positive exponents, then you could do it. You could use the inverse rule. You could use the product rule. You could use, there's 3 or 4 different methods that you could solve this. How would I solve it? I would just add them together. And that is 6 to the what? -9. Well, we all don't like this. Why? Because it's a negative exponent. So that's over 1. So what do you do when you want to get a negative exponent positive? You flip it. And 1 over 6 to the 9th power. Which is some BA number. I'm not going to ask you to do it because that relies on a calculator. So I just want that. What do they want?
It'd be wrong if it's 6 to the,
No, because that wouldn't be right. You can't do 6 to the 1/9 because 1/9, that would be exponent over index. You're taking the 9th power of x. Yeah, you got to be careful there. You could put 1 over 6 to the 9th power, or you could put 1 over, somebody got the BA number? Anybody do it on a calculator? Well, fine. I don't need the silent calculator drill team from high school to come out. Just let's leave it alone, okay? So that's good. Y'all know what's the silent calculator drill team is. They pull that thing out and all of them synchronized. Those people are scary. Those are the people that can't make change. All right, next one. That's this one. R439/25. I'm trying to finish before class is over. I think class is over at 12:35, isn't it? You telling me the truth? Okay, I'll make sure. I don't listen back row. I don't listen to y'all. Y'all tell me it's dadgum 12:15. All right, try this one. Oh, class is over at 12 o'clock, Hubert. I'm not that stupid. I may be stupid, but I'm not that stupid. All right, try that. Several different ways to do it, and you'll get the same answer. P to the -2 over Q to the -4, all raised to the -5th power. I'm going to go ahead and use the power rule because I don't like to flip it and all that. So what is -5 times -2? P to the 10th over Q, and -5 times -4 is, and that's your answer. Now what's the trick? What's the bait that they throw in here? They're trying to get you to bite. What are they trying to get you to bite?
Subtract that.
They're trying to get you to subtract the exponents. You can't. Why? Because the bases are what? The bases are not the same. Dang old highlighter, dang old green. The bases are not the same. So that's your answer. Now if it had been Q to the 10th over Q to the 20th, then it'd be Q to the -10th power, which would be 1 over Q to the 10th. But that's not what the problem is. The problem has different bases. Different bases means you leave it like it is, and that's all you can do. Okay? That's a good test question too. A couple of good test questions. I try not to trick you. And that takes care of all your homework questions. Now there was some redundancies in there and I didn't cover them because of time. But, wait a minute. Wasn't one sent today? I thought one was sent today. Did anybody send one today? Thought there was. Okay. Who's got questions for me? Now, we just covered a lot of review. That means we're going to start on the sections probably when y'all come back, which will be what, Monday or Tuesday? Unless we die. Yes. Y'all have a good weekend. Be careful. Oh yeah, please don't have a wreck during the Sharknado ice hurricane. And make sure